Hello, 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 my people. My people. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I am recording my podcast. Welcome, first and foremost, welcome to the Sisters podcast. Um, it's a blessing to be here. This has been in my head for years now, and it is finally taking place. So, thank you for everyone who is tuning in. We'll get to all that good stuff real soon, but I just want to say thank you so much to my Heavenly Father for the ideas, the courage, the spark, the confidence to get up here and, you know, speak to my sisters. I'm excited. I'm excited for where we're about to go. Um, you know, I'm excited for this year, and I'm excited to grow with you guys because we're gonna grow together. And like I said, I just want to thank you all for tuning in. Um, so yeah, let's get to it. Hey, girl.
Hi, Brian.
So welcome to my space.
I love it. I love. First of all,
Thank
love the
you.
background. Love it.
I
Back
appreciate
to you.
that. I got this. I got this from Cancun. I think I was in Cancun.
Oh, when you went
Hmm.
this past summer, right?
Yep. So I grabbed this and I was like,
That's
the
fire.
prices down there is cheap, so I got
I know. I was like,
it
let
for
me let
low.
me get one of those.
For the low. So, but yeah, thank you so much for deciding to do this. I
Oh,
really
no problem.
appreciate it. We're gonna skip to all this little giggles like we nervous. We just
I
gotta
know.
get
You know,
into it.
I cannot. You know, I don't take nothing seriously. So I'm
No,
like,
fact. So if we all right, so we gotta keep it cool. That's fine. We can laugh and joke around because that's the best way that's gonna get to it.
right.
So I'm gonna start off by this. I'm gonna ask you three different questions just to see where your taste buds is.
All right.
Okay? Snickers or Twix?
Ooh,
Mm.
Snickers. What are you talking about?
Snickers. Okay. That's
Yeah.
a hard one for me, but you answered that off the back, so I think you knew what you wanted to say. I think I'm gonna go. Uh, I think I'm gonna go.
See, Twix. See, I like Twix. It depends on the day, though.
That is also
Day.
very true because it depends on like because I can see that I can go either way, so I give you that. All right, Skittles or Starburst?
Girl, I'm a Skittles girl.
Okay, me
I don't got time to be unwrapping it.
Yo, facts. It gets stuck in your teeth too often. I'm going Skittles. Facts. Nah, that's a fact. All right, last one. Milky Way or Three Musketeers?
The hell are the Three Musketeers? First of all, I'm not three people. I'm one person. Milky Way, all the way, all the way. I am one person.
You choosing a Milky Way?
Yes, bro. I'd rather a Milky Way all the
Yo,
way. Like
oh my god, we was two for
we
three.
was
I'll
there.
give it to
It's
you for
we
three.
was
That's
there the
fine. I
whole
bet
time.
because I ain't even looking at a Milky Way. I'm walking straight past that joint, going
No,
straight to the
I,
Musketeers.
I, I am not a fan of Three Musketeers. Like
Wow,
it's something about it that just like it just gives me like a
it's threw you off. Yeah.
yeah.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Because that's how I feel about a Milky Way. When I'm a little out piece, I'm like, nah. It's like
Nah.
a fake Snicker. That's how I feel like a Milky Way is a fake Snicker.
All right, even more of a reason why to have it. Like I just
I'm gonna give it to you though, because I know a lot of people that would choose Milky Way. So you got it. Got it. All right, okay. So we're gonna get to it. We're gonna talk about for those of you who don't know, Kayla is the founder of Sweat with K, and she is killing it on the scene. Kay, talk a little bit about your business. How it started, like how you got here. What's up with it?
so it's gonna be funny because you don't know this, but you know how our mutual friend is Shanice.
Yep.
And the reason why I started Sweat with K is because of Shanice.
Okay.
Shanice had literally put the battery in my back. I had gotten let go from a job, doing my job way too well, and I was distraught, like in like pain. Just bought my car, like I was just like, how am I gonna do this and
Sure.
not have a job? And Shanice was just like, God takes you out of certain positions when you're comfortable to
Mm.
put you where you're supposed to be. And so that's why I called it Sweat with K. The S in sweat stands for Shanice. Because
Wow.
she was the back backbone to me doing this. Like literally was just like, you have to do this. Like you've been doing it on the side for so long. Why are you so afraid of taking that leap? So I took that leap about 5 years ago, 4 years professionally, on the books and everything. But I love every minute of it. I can honestly say that I wake up in the morning and I love what I do. I don't get that, I gotta go to work. I get that, all right, I got things to do. I got people to see. I got people to impact. Like I wake up so happy to do my job. And then it just started spiraling from just personal training and in person to now online coaching people from all across the country, in different countries as well. So it's like my business is expanding, but it's doing exactly what I wanted to do, and it's to reach different people and to give them the outlet that I had and to give them the tools that I didn't have. So yeah, that's me right now. Empowering women, empowering beginners, teaching them what it is and going through the ups and downs with them, teaching them patience and the understanding of when you start this, it's not start and quit. Like this is a start and you continue going for the rest of your life, because if you care about yourself, you're going to put that time and that effort into it.
Listen, you already dropped the mic. We just getting started. Already dropping dimes, but that's what it's about. I literally wanted to get you on here because I see you working. I see you empower women every day, and it's crazy because like, what did you get your degree in?
I did not get my degree, nothing in like science or nothing. And remember, I was working in the athletic training room when we was in college.
Right.
So that's kind of what sparked it. That's the other thing that sparked it. Cindy putting the battery in my back. Like saying like she was like, Kayla, I don't know why you're doing graphic design. You might as well stay another 2 years and just do your exercise science. And I was like, Cindy, you got extra money to be paying FPU? Like I don't. Right. But her interns that were coming from Keene State were just like, you should really do it. Like you have people following you to the gym now here. Like that means that people trust you. And that like it kept resonating in my mind. So when I got home and I was like, all right, I started doing it on the side a little bit. Like, all right, let me just help people. But like job after job, I was just like, I'm not satisfied. Like I'm not satisfied at all. And it's never been about the money for me. It's literally been about like, I feel like I'm not in my purpose. So once I started like doing that, I'm working a 9 to 5 and I'm rushing back home and I'm not getting off to 9 because I'm helping these people for the next 4 hours, and that was the part of the joy of my day, like that I looked forward to every single bit. Now waking up in the morning being like, I gotta go to work, but then getting to that end part of my day where, people get tired and they want to give up and it's like, I just want to go home. No, I look forward to that part of my day.
That's what is important about having good people around you. Like, Shanice, Cindy, like they knew deep within you like what you can do and who you can reach and like what levels you can go to. So it's like shout outs to both of them because like it literally led you to where you need to be, and this is your purpose, it's your calling, it's your passion. Like I see you every day like getting up and like getting other people to enjoy themselves and enjoy their lifestyle and enjoy like their health. And sometimes it's like discouraging because we don't know the steps to take to get there. But like people like you, like they go out their way to make sure that other people understand, the best part about yourself is loving yourself. So it's like that is like it's amazing to see that. And just taking it all the way back, us going to Franklin Pierce, and it's funny because Shanice told me like, I know somebody that's going to Franklin Pierce, and I was like, word, let me know because I need my peoples around because we get up there, I don't know what's going on. And so like when we met freshman year and connected, like it's just crazy to see our growth from then to now because we not the same people from college, and you would think that in college like you got it all figured out and you there, but like you just said, like you went to school for graphic design and like you in a whole totally different field because where your purpose led you to. So that's it's amazing to see it like that.
Definitely different. And it's crazy because I remember I told Shanice, I was like, this is where I'm going, and she was like, I got a friend that's going, and I'm like, oh really? I'm like, give me her number, let me talk to her. And then you had already had your roommate Fab, who is still my friend. And I was like, damn, like I can't even have her as a roommate. But like us still having that friendship on campus made life easier. And going to a PWI was not easy for us, especially being in the sticks. So like having our community literally be our community, the fact that every single Black person had already known each other and we kept each other safe, we kept each other together, was insane to me. But it was the best feeling to me. And we kept nothing but good people around us. So it's like none of us actually got in any serious trouble or, did anything crazy. So it's like in college, yeah, you learn about yourself, but you also learn the meaning of people. You also understand what it means to keep good people around. Because if you don't got good people around, you bound to fail. So it's like having that was a game changer for us.
And I feel like it's just a true testament of like back at home, we thought like every diversity out there,
You're right.
normal. So we go out to Franklin Pierce to see is a whole different, scene. But I'm glad that we stuck together and didn't push each other away. Like, because it's easy to turn your backs on,
Facts.
our own people when like
Uh-huh.
we don't agree on this and we don't agree on that. But like we was up there and like we like made the best out of it. Like, because my freshman year, I was ready to go.
Go.
I was ready to go.
I feel like all of us was ready to go. You know what I mean? Because it's like there was no sense of community there for Black people. Like it was just like, all right, we here in the cold, in the woods. Okay, what do we do? Like, and when you take inner city kids and you put them in that area, in that environment, and you don't give them the tools to succeed, is like we out to fend for ourselves, like we've been doing since we were kids. You know what I mean? So it's like having that, but having y'all, having Curtis, having Ellis, having you, having everybody in our circle, just making sure that we was always together and making sure we was always good was so much better than, having to figure it out on your own. Right. And I think that's like, as Black people, we're taught to just figure things out on our own. But having that sense of community made it so much easier.
So much easier. And I just love the fact that we still, in some sort of way, connect with each other now. Like, we didn't just let that community we had up there, like, pass by. But, like, we still somehow, some way make sure everybody is good. Whether it's Instagram, whether it's text message, phone calls, and, we ain't going to talk every day. But as long as we stay connected, as long as we try to empower each other, because at the end of the day, nobody knows what we experience up there but us. So it's like, and you got outside of college and it was a whole different life too. Like going to college is a different life, coming out is a different life. You gotta check up on your people, gotta make sure everybody good. It's not nothing to play with it, but it's amazing. And it's just great to see our growth. Like, I'm not gonna lie, who would have thought that we would be right here? I'm not even gonna say how many years ago that.
I was about to say, don't put our age out here.
I'm like, dang, guys, COVID done passed. It's been a minute, but like, it's. Who is to say that we would be here right now? Like,
no, I agree.
Being on this mic, I was quiet, not saying a word, like just walking around, observing, smiling, keeping
it like, oh hey, how's it going? Like that was literally
just moving. But like, what would you say like your biggest change or difference from college to now?
Biggest change. All right, so like a lot of people didn't know this because obviously we all see each other as we see each other, but we don't see like the things that we go through behind closed doors. Everybody's fighting their own battles behind closed doors. I was fighting depression and I started gaining weight in my face. And if you look at my freshman picture, I still got my ID as a token of a reminder, girl, you went from this to what you look like now. Yo. I started putting on so much weight, not in my body, but on my face. And I didn't know how to handle it. Now, I had you guys, but I didn't even know what I was going through. And in our community, we're not taught what depression is. We're not taught what anxiety is. If you're upset about something, talk about it, but you don't even have to talk about it. You go about your business and you do what you need to do. So leaving college and having my sense of community, having my sense of purpose there, and then coming back home was just like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Okay, why do I feel like this? Okay, I heard this might happen as far as not being able to get a job in your field so early in the game. Like, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to play the long game, get something small. But like, it really ate at me. So dealing with all those emotions and then trying to figure out myself now being home was like a huge transformation for me. But then, like I said, once I found my purpose, it just like nothing could change my mind. Right. Nothing you said can irritate. Nothing. I knew what God put me on this planet to do.
Right.
And it was hard to get to that point, to get to that understanding. But once I got there, it was just like, you know, when you feel somebody tap on your shoulders, and I know you know this feeling because you lost your grandmother. So you know when you feel somebody tap on your shoulders and they tell you, you got to do it. You're almost there. Don't give up. You know, I lost my grandmother our senior year. I lost her right at the heart of Christmas. And I was just like, what am I supposed to do? She said that she was going to watch me graduate. And she was the reason why I went to college. She wanted to see me prosper. And then lose that person was hard for me, super hard for me. But I had to act as if nothing happened.
Right.
You know, so realizing I kept getting this tap on my shoulders when I wanted to give up was like, what is this? Why do I keep getting this feeling? Why I keep getting this urge to get up and do something, but not knowing where it's coming from? Once you sit with that and realize what it is, it's like, girl, you can conquer the world when you got people behind you.
Thanks. Nah,
so, that's my transformation.
It's crazy because I'm like, I didn't mean to laugh in the middle of your story. I laughed because I literally have my senior day picture of me, like, you know, because I didn't play that last year.
Yeah, I know.
I gained mad weight, Kay. Like,
I know.
All in my face, like, and in the moment, I didn't realize where I was, like, and I think because, like, you know, we turned up.
We was eating good. First of all, we was eating.
We had a, you know, we had a time. So like you said, like our community really like stuck together that last year. But like, you know, without y'all, like I wouldn't have been able to get out of that space that I even didn't really even realize that I was in. Right. So it's like, I learned a lot about myself looking back at that time, and you know the dark space that I was in from then until, you know, up to now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's so many things that I didn't think about at that time of like how to get myself from being in this space, because I filled it with other things instead of like, you know, properly healing and properly like thinking about a plan and like what to do next rather than just sitting in it. Yeah. And so like it's easy to fall into that space of depression.
Yeah.
It's like, especially like when you don't have people that's around you, like to get you out of that. When you don't have, you know, just a motivation to like push past what you're going through in that time. So
right.
It's amazing to look back to see like the different situations that we happen that we just, like you said, act like nothing ever happened. Like we just go through it like, you know.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's also, you know, I was talking about this with somebody else. Like when you play a sport, you don't realize what that sport actually is to you. You play the sport, you want to be good at it and, you know, whatever. But it's actually your scapegoat from reality. And once that leaves, once you don't have that more, like you get out of college, you don't have that anymore. A lot of people fail because they don't know what reality really is without this sport, without this outlet. So it's like you're trying to find a different outlet, but you don't know how to find it. You know, you had this community behind you because they were your teammates. Right. You know, so it's like it makes it so much harder. But I will tell you, when I started going to the gym, especially here in my area, is when I realized, okay, this is what community looks like for me. But then you also have to have another community for you when you're not here. You know, so like trying to build both.
That's a good one.
Is what got me like, okay, all right, like, let me understand this a little bit better. Let me find something there in here. And once you kind of put those pinpoints together, it's like now you're following a path. And once you start following a path, now you have a routine. Now you have a journey. So it's like you got to go through the ups and downs of this journey, but rely on your pinpoints. You're always going to make it back one place, and you're always going to make it back another place.
It's important to know that we all go through the same things, just in a different way, all
Yeah.
feel the same ways. Like, everybody can say that they have battled with some sort of type of depression in their life.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it a buck. Life be life
Mm-hmm.
for everybody. Like,
Life be life.
like stop. Like, it be life for everybody. So it's like you need a village. You need a community. You need women. We need our girls.
Yeah.
Guys need they boy. They need their brothers. You have to have a community and an outlet to let some things out.
Yeah.
And I think it goes both ways. Like, the receiver got to be able to receive, and
Mm-hmm.
the person that's giving it got to be able to take what may come back to it. But at the same time, it should be all out of love. Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you to help whatever situation you in is because I want to see you prosper. I want to see all my people win. Like, we gotta get out of these spaces that sometimes we get so sunk in because pride,
Yup.
petty, like
Mm-hmm.
not like being stubborn, I'm not even gonna. That was me.
That was me
That
too.
was me. It was me, and I'm really thankful for Billy, the head coach. She was the head coach at Iona when I was there, but she she called me stubborn one time, and I've never been called stubborn before, and I'm like, oh shoot, like. She might be right. Like, it's just about simple stuff, about just talking about your feelings, like talking
Yeah.
about what
But
you got
that's what we
going
never
on.
taught. We were never taught to talk about our feelings. Like, and it's like, it sucks because that's just how we grew up. You don't talk about your feelings with your parents because at the end of the day, in their mind, you do what they say and that's it. Like,
Hmm.
so it sucks. But they did it for good reason in their minds. They thought they were doing the right things, and you can't fault them for it. So it's like, as you grow up, you want to break these generational curses and say, okay, like I already said, when it comes to
Yep.
my child, if and when I have my child, I will not be the parent my mother was for me. And she was an amazing parent. But when it came to emotional things, I was taught suck it up and move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Simple.
And she was a single
Simple.
parent at the time. So I don't blame her. She didn't have
Right.
time to be babying me. She didn't have time for none of that. She was working 2 jobs, one place to the next. Kid got basketball, kid got karate. Like, she had everything that she needed to do. But in that time, she thought that teaching your kid to suck it up and move on will get her further in life. And it did, till it didn't no more.
Yep. Yep.
And then it's not till you get older is when you realize, all right, this ain't how you're supposed to really be moving. This ain't how your emotions are supposed to be taught. Like, I've been in therapy 2 years, and shout out to my therapist, Brianna, because
Hello.
like, I realize more than ever, I'm so aware of my emotions. And like, now that I'm coaching kids, like, I'll be hearing, coach, this hurts. In my head, I'll be like, shut your ass up. But all right, does something hurt or is something bothering you? Because my kids don't complain. And then I'll get into this is what's going on at home. Okay, cool. How can I help this kid to understand it's okay to talk about things, even though he's a boy? It's okay to talk about things, but there is a time and place for these things, and we will address it when it needs to be addressed. So it's like, breaking these generational curses is really big, especially in our generation. Like, we have to get to business, honestly, because we can't fail these kids. I know you're coaching basketball, so it's different on your spectrum. But like, I'm trying to get them to that point where when they go to college, they can talk to their coaches. Hey, this is what's going on at home, or this is what's going on in the dorms. Because what is the statistic rate for kids suicides in college now? What is the statistic for suicides in high school and middle school? So it's like, why is nobody picking up on the trend on what's going on? If you keep pushing these kids to, just be better, just do this sport, just do this, and not tap into their mental, you failing them. And that's why I refuse to do.
You pinpoint on a lot of things. I'm gonna start from point one. We can't fault our parents. Now, let me say something. Sometimes they they be active and and they be doing some things that in our opinion they should not be doing. I'm just gonna say that like that. But like you said, like they this is how I look at it. I always look at perspective. Who is telling them to go to therapy? Who is telling them to talk about their feelings? Who is telling them that the stuff that they saw while they was getting like growing up that was not okay? Like nobody. So all these feelings just bottled up inside, like, and once you have kids, you either gonna put them feelings aside and get it done, or you're gonna take it on your kids. It's either two, like, so we gotta think about like, and that's a part of thinking about breaking generational curses, because you can continue to fall through the same cycle and the same patterns of doing it their way. And like you said, like, I love my mom. Like, my dad, like, I got all respect for my parents. But, like, at the same time, there were things that were missing. Emotionally inside, that was missing. And that's because, feelings was bottled up instead of letting them out and letting them speak. And I'm glad to say that I'm 4 months, well, yes, 4 months, because, yes, it's been 4 months that I've been with my therapist as well. So, shout out to Bianca. Been holding it down, holding it down. But, like, there's nothing wrong with speaking about your feelings and your emotions, because we all going through the same things. And at the end of the day, like, we gotta push past these emotions to get through life. Every single day is going to be some type of battle. So, like, if you don't have it, like, up here, the devil will come in and snatch it right out from you. Snatch it right out from you.
Snatch you right out of your reality in a heartbeat. Snatch. Like, I knew it was real. My mother a couple weeks ago, she called me. She was angry about something. Somebody been letting their dog poop on my lawn. I'm listening to her. I got a Hispanic mother. I'm listening to her. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, well, just watch the cameras, find out who did it. When you see him again, just pull him to the side, have a simple conversation. Like, hey, 2 reasons. We don't want Luna to attack your dog for pooping on our lawn. 2, just be courteous and dog courtesy. And I was calm as day. Like, normally I'll be getting rowdy, putting the battery in her back, like, yeah, No, I was calm as day. And she was like, Kayla, therapy must really be working for you. And I was like, why do you say that? She said, because you are so calm right now to the fact that, like, it doesn't even sound like you. And I was just like, because I now know where to put my emotions. Also, how to handle them. Not everybody, my biggest thing that I love to say, not everything deserves a reaction.
Yep.
If you give it the reaction that they're looking for, you tapping into the devil. You letting the devil do his work. You said he get a check mark. He get a check mark every time. Every time. And I'm like, I refuse. So it's like, you have to understand that as you get older, there are certain things that you have to learn about yourself so you can be better, not just for you, but if you have kids, if you coach, or if you're going to help people or impact people, there are certain things you got to learn about yourself so you can teach the others.
Right. And coaching, you got kids. You got 15, 16 of them. So, like, that...
Girl.
At the top of the list.
11, 12, and
first. Like, kids first. And it's... That's the first thing that you gotta be talked about, because they're kids. They're kids. And a lot of these kids, even when they get to college, they don't know how to talk about the emotions. Right. So I'm glad that, the colleges that I've been blessed to work at, they've had sports psychologists to get to talk about the feelings and the emotions that they have in their head. Now it's up to the kids to go, but it's also up to us to tell them that, like, it's okay. Go talk about the emotions. Go get them out. Like, and let's move on. Let's get through this. Come on, we got it. You gonna be all right. You gonna be
right. You can still be that, like, oh, you got this. Right. Let's get through it. Still pushing them to do what they need to do, but also making sure you're encouraging them to tend to themselves. Because to me, it's like, you can't be a good No,
listen. We here with it. We don't even gotta say nothing else. We here with it, like, here with it, girl. And it's just, it's essential, and it's essential for people like us.
And Kobe Bryant taught me that, like, and that was my favorite player of all time. To the moment, everything. And when I would watch his interviews, and when I met him, he was just like, I know you're gonna be good at something. Excuse me, sir. What? Right. Like, hearing that as a 12-year-old says enough. I know you're gonna be good at something.
Right.
Just make sure you're good here. And not knowing what that meant at that time, it's just like, maybe he's just talking about, like, don't be stupid, No, he meant make sure you're good here so you're good here. And you're good everywhere else.
Everywhere else.
So, like, RIP to my favorite player, RIP to Kobe, Mr. Bean, because he was the GOAT for real. For not just
in a whole nother level. And it's not until I got older that I started to appreciate more of what he was trying to put out. Because you know me, I'm like, yo, why I'm a Heat fan. He's going against Dwayne Wade. Like, he gotta go. Like he gotta go. But at that young age, I'm just thinking about basketball. I'm just thinking about the love of the game. And like I wasn't thinking about nothing else. Nothing else mattered. But like as you get older, you start to think about different things you heard when you were younger that just click so much. It just you gotta make the switch. You gotta change your perspective to make the switch from your mindset as a child to your mindset as an adult. Because you cannot stay the same person every year. You gotta continue to grow. You gotta continue to learn. Like I hope I'm 75 still learning something. My grandma teach me something, please. That's just how it should be. And like you said, the part of peace and putting your energy to certain places. It's like people will look at us like we're nonchalant because this is supposed to take us down. This is supposed to take us down, and especially what the devil sent last week was been supposed to stop us from being where we're at right now. But it's like perspectively thinking, I am not about to let this person in your same mess me up. Like this is what you want to do, go ahead. Like if this is how you want to act, go please.
Right ahead.
Like if it's not hindering, I got love for all y'all. But if it's not hindering me in like my direction and where I'm going, there's no reason for me to put my energy to it. So
amen to that.
That's 100%, and it's crazy because we hit a lot of things that I have wrote down, and I ain't even get to look at it all the time. But I just want to end with a couple more questions, but your content, because you're posting it out and you're getting out there a lot, like. What is the importance of connecting with people, whether it's Instagram, social media in general? What's the importance of it? Do you what's the balance that you have? Because I see your balance. It's crazy. It's like you still put out that you're resting or like you're enjoying your peace. Like you're still putting out that you're taking some time to yourself. Like you're showing the people that it's okay in your steps or your process to do this at 6 o'clock and do this at 8. So talk about that a little bit.
So obviously, like, I minored in social media. So being a minor in social media in college, when social media was there, but it wasn't what it is now, and understanding what it actually is supposed to be. It was created for it to be faster news for the younger generation. And when I realized, okay, this is how I want to use it, I wanted to use it as, okay, this is my outlet to show you guys that social media can change your perspective on what you actually see, on what you view. And I want you to see the real behind somebody, not, oh, this is what I'm doing. I'm selling you fake dreams. I'm selling you hopes and dreams. No, this is what it is in my shoes. I want you to see, yes, I'm getting rest time. You saw me post today. I am giving myself an hour to watch TV and cuddle with my dog. You know why? Because I've been up since 4:30 this morning. And I've seen 6 people so far. And I've created my content in the past 2 hours. And I had my lunch. Now it's time for me.
Right.
Like you have to learn to balance things. And social media will have you thinking like, no, you got to be out there. You got to be doing this. You got to be doing that. Yes. Be about your business, but in the same breath, understand that that's not everything.
Right.
When those cameras go off and those lights go off, who are you? Because if you don't know who you are and you put on face to be somebody else for everybody else, behind closed doors, what are you going through?
Right.
Because I refuse to. I've always been like this, and like I got people that's like, there's no way you're like this. No, I've always been like this. honest. I've always been this person that's going to be my real self, blunt or not. I am everybody's cup of tea. That's why I call myself tequila, because not everybody's gonna like you. And that's okay.
Right.
Not everybody's gonna have the same perspective as you, and that's okay. What ends up happening is a lot of people go into social media and they try to be people pleasers.
Mm-hmm.
And then in life end up being people pleasers.
Right.
And then trying to figure out why they're so unhappy, because you don't even know what you want to do for yourself. So me, I balance out my life with showing my followers, showing everybody that it's okay to be you. Mm-hmm. It's okay to have your downfalls and you're good.
Right.
Celebrate your wins. Mm-hmm. I'm always big on that. Celebrate your wins every single time, small or big. Celebrate your wins.
Right.
But also take in that bag. Understand what happened wherever you fell or whatever changed, and then move on. Take the lesson that God was trying to show you in the first place. Mm-hmm. But don't be nobody other than who you're meant to be. Right. Because then you're going to feel lost later down in life.
Because what happens when Wi-Fi stops working? What happens when your cellular device stops working?
My girl.
Within your home.
Our rule in this house, our boyfriend came up with this rule last week or 2 weeks ago, because I'm a workaholic, and unfortunately, I like to be like that. Like, should I be like that? No, but I like to be like that, and sometimes I gotta set boundaries with myself. And I said, all right, our rule is at 7:00, phones are put on do not disturb. We have our dinner, we watch our TV or whatever, listen to music, whatever. And then we go to bed at 9 because we both have to be up really early. Mm-hmm. So it's like we get to spend 2 hours together, but without having people in our business, just closed in our bubble. And sometimes people got to do that.
Yeah, you got to. And that's
you have to. Yep. Yeah, you gotta learn how to. I went through a really bad breakup a couple of years ago, and I learned that in order for you to love other people, you got to learn how to love yourself. Mm-hmm. And you got to learn how to love being alone, mm-hmm. not having people watch you and putting on a show. You got to love how to be alone.
Yeah, because everything does not need to be heard, and everything does not need to be out loud. And that's what mm-hmm. I love the fact that that's what y'all do, because like it should be like that. Put your phone down, unwind, relax, talk about different things. But I was referring to the people who like can't put social media down. Like, what happens when your phone is not working? You have to find some type of peace in your home. You have to find some type of alone time, quiet time, like watch a movie, meditate, do some yoga, read a book, write a journal, sleep, anything. Because at the end of the day, like, this is gonna brainwash you more than you think. And like you said, if you on this trying to people please and like not learning yourself, like you're not gonna know yourself outside of this.
Right. And I think that's really big. Like now, when I start my morning, the first thing I do is I journal. When I write what was, whether I'm writing about what my dream was, if it was crazy or not, I be having crazy ass dreams. So that's what happens when you have sugar before you go to sleep. But I write what I feel grateful for in the morning. What my task list is for the day. And when I come home after the gym, I eat, have my shake, I hop in the shower, and I come out and I have my meal and I read my book. I don't know if I've been reading a daily affirmation book. And I've been sharing it with my followers because, when I tell you that book be hitting, that book be on point, and it be telling you things that you didn't even know you needed to hear. So it's like I read that to myself first, and then I show you guys. Right. Like the things that we sometimes, those words of encouragement that sometimes we need. And if it's not that, then I'm reading another book. Because what I refuse to do now is to be scrolling on Instagram or scrolling through TikTok all goddamn day. When it's like, I'd rather fuel my mind, because I'm about to be dealing with people for the next 8 hours.
No, you're gonna hit whether we want it to hit or not. It's gonna happen. Tomorrow is going, like, you still got stuff you gotta do tomorrow. So like, we can waste our time and all that stuff that don't even matter, or we can prepare our minds and prepare our hearts for the next day. And like, that's not saying that you're not present in the moment, because you are. But you gotta fill your cup all the time.
You know what my shirt say?
Oh, it's filled. Hello. Where my shirt sweat? Hey, dang! I'm about to go grab that and show it to the people. Like I'm about to go grab that and show it to the people.
You are ridiculous. Oh my God, she is wild. I love Jazz though. She's been supporting my business since I started. So every year she buys a shirt, and every year my shirt has a quote on the back.
Oh, wow. Like, stop playing with me. Listen, be selfish, prioritize your health, peace, and energy. Sweat with K. Prioritize yourself first, yo. This shirt means a lot because it took me a while to prioritize myself and put myself first. And, like, you know, that's another reason why I'm here right now in front of you being able to do this podcast because once you
When you choose
when you
you.
fill your cup, once you put yourself first, you just feel so much better. I'm in such a better space than I was a couple years ago. Shoot, a couple months ago. Like, literally, like, I'm not the same person from college. I'm not the same person from after college. Like, I'm here right now, present in this moment. So, okay.
Stop, you're gonna make me cry.
I know. I'm trying not to, like, for real, but thank you for real.
No, I mean, like, Cindy had told me this line, and she saw me, working my ass off every single day, trying to make sure that I made some money, so I had some money in my pocket when I had to go home. And she kept saying, "Kayla, you do well with the basketball kids, you do well with all these sports, and everybody's coming in and they're asking for you." She goes, "But sometimes I can see when it's too much." And I go, "Yeah, but I love doing this." She goes, "But you can't pour from an empty cup."
Right.
And when she said that, I'm like, I had never heard that line before.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, that is so true though. You can care so much, but when your cup get empty, you can't keep pouring. So like if you don't take care of you, fill your cup up, feel good, how you gonna make everybody else feel good?
Right.
So it's like that's why I made it that way, the design that way. But it's true to my heart because in order for me to feel good, I gotta go to the gym in the morning before I work with my clients. And if I don't do that, I don't feel good. And everybody knows you didn't go to the gym this morning? Right. No. All right. That's why you off. And to hear that come from your clients is insane. So I always prioritize in my schedule to make sure that I tend to myself first. Because I can't be good for nobody if I'm not good.
Not good.
And some people forget that. Parents, teachers, everybody. You got to take care of you.
You got to take care of yourself. And, like, shout outs to Cindy for real, because Cindy been holding it down with the gyms since we've been there, before we've been there. Literally, shout out Billy, too, because Billy told me that, and, like, that joint blew my mind when I heard that, because I'm like, I'm imagining a cup, like, I'm imagining overflowing now. You know what I'm saying? Like, overflowing with, like, blessings, the stuff that we learned when we were younger that it's just, like, it snaps so differently now when we're older. And, like, I'm so glad we had people in our lives to help us get to the potential that they knew we could get.
Yeah.
And everybody has a purpose. Everybody that's listening to this podcast, like, you have your purpose. You just gotta find it. You gotta tap into yourself. You gotta take care of yourself. And if you learned anything from this, take care of yourself. Prioritize yourself, because nobody got you like you got you. Actually, I'm a lie. God got you.
He got you.
My God got you. He got you for sure.
He got you.
He got you.
Don't even think you got yourself. He got you.
Let me take that back. But you gotta still take care of yourself. Like, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. And I know you said that book. My last question was any books to recommend to the people out there, and you said that book, but, like, you want to say the title, author?
So it's called, and I don't even have it down here with me, but it's called Daily Affirmation.
Okay.
It's called Journey to Healing. Mm-hmm. And then the subtitle is called Daily Affirmation by Melody Beadle. Yes, Melody Beadle. Mm-hmm. The book is 365 days. So each day has a different affirmation. And they are like, even when you're like, nah, there's no way this lady knows what I'm going through. And even if you're not going through a healing journey, but you're going through a journey anyways, right, just with yourself, you're still self-healing. And I recommend that to people who are just trying to find words of encouragement. If you want to pick up a Bible and you want to pick up a different book, that's it for you.
That's good. I got my life in the spirit right here, but I'm gonna get that book too. Okay, I'm gonna get that one too because it's important. Every day we gotta wake up and we gotta set affirmation for ourselves, set goals for ourselves. Like it's a mental battle every single
Every
day.
day.
You gotta
Every
be ready for war because the
day.
devil. What?
Big, big.
Okay, I love you, girl. Thank you
I
so
love
much.
you too, Jazz.
I appreciate you. Um,
No problem. No, thank you for having me. You starting your podcast and me starting mine is like, of course, this happens at the same
same
time. But like,
same time.
and some people will be like, oh, that's your competition. Nah, that's my sister.
That
That's my sister.
ain't no comp. It's
Ain't
no
no comp.
comp. We all leveling up at the same time, and that's what people don't
Exactly.
understand. They can't put their brothers and sisters on because they don't want to be one up. I don't need to be one
Nah.
up. As long as
How we
we
gonna all grow? How we all gonna sit at the same table when you mad that I brought a plate and you brought a fork? Come
like,
on.
how we supposed to eat?
Yeah, how we gonna eat?
I don't get it, but we get it. So that's all that
we
matters. Because at the end of the day, like you're gonna reach somebody that maybe I might not reach, and I'm gonna reach somebody that you may not reach. But as long as they know how to navigate through this thing called life or the keys,
Mhm.
'cause I don't got the whole keys, but we can help them. We can guide them. As long as we can guide someone and like make somebody else's day better, that's all that matters. That's. I just want to
It's
help my.
about the impact. It's always about the impact. That's it. Love is love at the end of the day.
Always.
And we are always going to be inseparable. And
Mhm.
we're always gonna find our way back to each other when it's right. So it don't matter.
Oh, I'm glad I was able to hold my tears in together. Not even over here crying and sobbing, but okay, it's all love, and I appreciate you. Thank you
No
so much.
problem. No problem.
Wow, what an episode, man. Shout outs to Kay. Kay, thank you so much for tapping into the Sisters Podcast all the way from Newburgh, New York. I appreciate you. And shout out to you. Everybody that's watching this video right now, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And, I'm excited to see where the Sister Podcast takes us. So, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. Let me know any topics you want me to cover or who you want to see next on here. I'm excited for where this is going to go. And I'm just grateful. I'm really, really grateful and I'm thankful for you all. So, as always, my sisters, I love you. I'm always here for you. And can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. I'm out of here.